Have you ever been left wondering if the woman you're speaking with is truly drawn to you? Perhaps you've captured specific vibes, but are unsure of what it sounds familiar. Therefore, we're breaking in the proper location today, listing the 6 essential indicators that a woman may wish to proceed to the next level with you, and these pointers will assist you. Decipher the signals and steer clear of any unnecessary confusion persists, since after watching this video, you'll own a far better understanding of what to search for and manage it using confidence and respect. Have you ever discovered oneself in a discussion where it seems like nobody is actually paying attention to you, as though you're speaking incoherently and the individual before you simply doesn't care, which occurs when you don't apply of the most effective instruments of eye contact, connection, and not only brief stares, extended eye contact when you don't want to. You send the wrong message to someone. It indicates in the message that you lack confidence. You're uninterested, or even worse, concealing something. That this one error can diminish your character, undermine trust, and create deep connections nearly impossible without maintaining extended eye contact. You lose out on forging a stronger bond. People will find it difficult to trust you. They won't treat you with respect, and your capacity to connect or influence others will become less notably, and to be honest, that's not you wish to take a risk. Epicus, a Stoic philosopher, once stated that we are constantly engaged in becoming so. Let's be careful with how we introduce making eye contact with ourselves is one of the simplest yet most effective methods of presenting oneself with assurance, genuineness, and completely involved. Let's discuss how you can learn to maintain eye contact for extended periods of time. Does not imply demeaning someone. In an odd way, it's about being deliberate and instinctive initial practice before a look into your own eyes in the mirror. For a minute it could feel initially unpleasant, but it will get better confidence. Then use what I refer to as the triangular method as an alternative to locking onto one location. Shift your eyes between the other person's mouth and eye produces an organic flow devoid of emotion. Too eerie or strong while you're in eye contact is maintained throughout genuine discussions for then around 5 to 7 seconds at a time. Take a quick glance to the side rather than down on and return to their gaze, which maintains balanced, self-assured, and the most crucial aspect of engaging is to don't just stare at the individual, be present. Observe them paying attention to what they have to say. Observe their vitality and react with sincere curiosity when you're really paying attention for a long time. There will be contact. Here's the truth, of course. Long-term eye contact avoidance weakens your capacity for communication and what makes you appear uncertain about yourself. But becoming proficient in it provides you the ability to inspire respect and trust, and make an imprint that lasts, as Epicus stated, that we're always engaged in. Considering this, why not develop into someone who able to move a whole room with practice your self-assured appearance before the day begins, little but persistent steady, and observe how your connections, chances, and self-assurance increases if this message struck a chord with you. Remember to sign up and forward it to someone who has to learn this lesson, because occasionally the sole obstacle separating you from the guts to live the life you desire. Have you ever felt like a victim of someone's stare? The discussion was going well, but there was a lack of vigor or profundity. That's what occurs if you refrain from playing. Touching is among the most basic yet the most underutilized methods for generating warmth and establish confidence in any communication. But when you refrain from provide unexpected messages that suggest you're hesitant or far away or disinterested, consider the possibility you're conversing with a person you like and you're both having fun and laughing. But rather than closing the gap, applying a gentle pressure to their arm or a playful prod, you don't do anything occurs. The moment seems unfinished, and they may begin to question if they truly like having this slight hesitancy about me can result in significant repercussions. You come off as distant even when it's not your intention to be the other person, may emotionally retreat, resulting in a void that is difficult to fill over time. These missed chances accumulate, leaving you with less solid relationships and unmet exchanges, as Marcus Aurelius famously stated. Stop wasting time debating whether a good A-man ought to be. Playful touching involves taking action, which is about demonstrating, not demonstrating your concern that you're involved and that you cherish the time. So, how do you start? Start with the fundamentals. The following time you're having fun with someone, taps their arm softly when you, if someone gives good news, respond by giving them a soft smack on the rear when you're strolling alongside someone. A light-hearted prod might provide a feeling of intimacy while paying attention to their body. Are they reacting favorably to the language? Do they laugh with you, or are they leaning in? If so, continue. But if they appear uncomfortable or stop pulling away, respect their boundaries right away. This is the purpose of essential playful touching is not to be aggressive or intrusive. The goal is to create brief moments of intimacy that feel sincere and organic. It serves as a means of bridging the gap and demonstrate your complete presence at the beginning of the interaction. Practice now, and observe how your relationships get warmer, interesting, and more. Having you fulfilled flirtatious compliments. Have you ever felt your compliments fall flat? Flat, as like you're speaking correctly. However, they appear to lack any genuine impact, which is the price of not knowing how to act. Flirtatious praises without using your own words seem unremarkable, bland, and the worst of, they are unable to generate any spark of thought. You're speaking with someone about this. They appear like something you're interested in. Fantastic. Rather than uttering a word, you remain lively and distinctive. Something secure, like you look good. Dull. It doesn't make a statement. Make them feel unique, which is actually quite simple enough that they most likely won't even remember the danger 5 minutes later. This is it without any flirtatious remarks. You become less able to stand out, seem overly secure and predictable, and in the worst situation, you may possibly appear disinterested in that attractional spark. When you strive to make it, it fizzles out. Marcus Aurelius, before it even starts, said that the soul is infused with your words are the hue of its ideas. Colors you use when painting, if they're boring and dead, that's how you'll arrive. Throughout, but if they're lively and playful, being distinctive, you create a lasting. Okay, so how do you resolve this? You are an expert at making flirtatious remarks. Begin by being precise rather than stating that hue and that you look good looks amazing on you, as if it were created as a compliment for you. Stands out due of its intimate nature. Demonstrates that you've observed something special about them, including a light-hearted twist. If they have spectacles on, you would say, "I'm not sure if you look." More astute or enigmatic with those, possibly both flirtatious compliments with spectacles on should feel enjoyable and light rather than hefty or very solemn. At last observe their response. A nice flirtatious remark turns them into laugh, smile, or blush if they appear uneasy in return. Turn off and change to a softer tone. The connection building, not creation, is the aim. Pressure-filled, flirtatious remarks aren't only concerning words, they're about energy. Be confident, humorous, and sincere. Interest. Begin using them right now, and you'll observe their speed. Turn the conversations you have become something amazing and unforgettable, starting discussions on, have you ever experienced intimacy as your discussions are confined to the surface, like you're discussing the weather at work, or arbitrary items, but you're not producing any genuine relationship, which is the price of steer clear of discussions regarding closeness. Without these more profound discussions, You're not fostering emotional or trust. Intimacy and the partnership begins to feel shallow when you don't discuss intimacy. Regardless of the nature of the sentiments, boundaries, or desires, you're lacking a chance to actually connect. Picture how much you're spending time with a person you find attractive. Although you're enjoying yourself, the chat never deviates from appropriate subjects. What occurs? The depth of passion that produces. Here's the truth. Intimacy never exists. Risk. If you don't mention these subjects that someone else will discuss, they'll be the someone who is willing to pursue a deeper connection level, and all of a sudden, you're not in relationships flourish in the picture. Trust, vulnerability, and discussions concerning intimacy are the first, as Epicurus stated, bridge to both. What you would be, tell yourself, and then take the necessary actions. If you desire a deeper relationship, you must take the lead. You're impatient with the other person. You must open that door in order to enter. How do you accomplish this without making it uncomfortable, unpleasant, awkwardly? Begin by posing open-ended inquiries rather than jumping right in. Ask questions before diving into serious subjects. For example, what is the most romantic something that someone did for you? Or what's your ideal? These are light questions, but significant, and they open the door for deeper. Discussions reveal a personal aspect. Vulnerability regarding oneself invites vulnerability in order to get someone to be willing to open up and do the same for. For instance, you may remark that I've always believed that the minor details, such as a handwritten message or an arbitrary considerate gesture, that is most significant in a what about a relationship. You consider how comfortable they are. If they react favorably and appear involved, continue even if they are hesitant. Reduce the speed and modify your respect is essential in any strategy. Discussion regarding intimacy. Starting these discussions is not about being assertive. Rather, it's about establishing an area where you two can. Being forthright and truthful demonstrates confidence, emotional development, and a readiness to create something genuine and begin practicing this today and observe how it becomes more profound. Your relationships and distinguishes you from the remaining body that is involved. Have you ever entered a language space or took a seat to talk, and even though you said everything correctly, you felt as though nobody was listening, as if your words weren't sufficient to their interest, which is the body's power? Language, or in this instance, its absence, when you're not paying attention. Before you even begin, you lose people. Slouching while speaking and avoiding eye contact. Crossing your arms or fidgeting sends incorrect message. It conveys your lack of interest to others. Uncertain or even uncomfortable, regardless of how self-assured or your body is disengaged and your words are prepared. Language totally undercuts what you're attempting to talk about, the picture you're encountering. Someone significant, perhaps for a date presentation or simply a friendly interaction. You're expressing everything flawless, yet you have a pouty physique. Your posture or the way your arms are folded is what do they believe they aren't hearing stiff. Your insecurity is evident in your remarks. Perceive a lack of interest, and worst of all, they, as Marcus Aurelius stated, control your thoughts, not the outer world. Circumstances recognize this, and you'll discover your physical strength is a component of how you keep your message under control. It's more than just what you say, regarding the way you express it using your whole presence. So how do you resolve this? You employ captivating body language to attract attention and produce relationship. Your posture is the basis of your existence. Maintain your shoulders relaxed but back straight, self-assured and with a high head. This makes you feel wonderful, in addition to looking nice. More assured right away, don't let your arms crossed or hanging awkwardly, using your hands to highlight ideas when you. Talking gestures give you more energy and keep people are visually involved. When someone is speaking with a slight forward lean, demonstrates you are present, involved, and interested in. The people notice this subtlety in conversations. Change and feel appreciated. It's easy, but a sincere grin has the ability to immediately alter an interaction's energy. It makes you personable and demonstrates you're delighting in the moment when your eyes reveal the someone you're totally there for. During crucial, look them in the eye. Brief moments of the dialogue, but avoid staring at balance. Important, take these actions consciously. Begin with 1 or 2, then expand from using body language effectively is a skill. That increases with consciousness and repetition. After you get the hang of it, you'll observe how much more powerful and your presence becomes unforgettable when wishing to spend time alone with. Have you ever overlooked an instance where someone was interested in hanging out with you? They may have given modest clues on their own, but you disregarded it, or worse, you failed to notice. When this occurs, the other individual feels let down, even if it wasn't your intention. If they begin to believe that they might not intrigued, and the relationship starts to fade, failure to act during these occasions demonstrates a lack of knowledge and assurance that it's not only about passing up a chance, it has to do with conveying the incorrect message. They may believe you're scared to take either worse than you are, or the lead completely uninterested in them, and when doubt creeps in, recovery is difficult. As Seneca once stated, luck determines outcomes. When planning comes together, opportunity as soon as someone makes a suggestion. Being alone yourself with you is the chance, whether you take advantage of it or not. Whether you let it slip or confidently the result. In order to prevent this, you must increase your awareness of the nuances. When they talk about how it's noisy here, maybe I need some fresh air. Don't wait, that's your chance. Give a direct and encouraging response, and let's come on out, I'd love to chat. Greater confidence is essential, because you don't always must wait for them to recommend it. If you sense that now is the ideal time to take the lead, suggests that we locate a more peaceful area, or I would love to catch up with just. Taking the initiative together demonstrates confidence and gives them a sense of, when you're by yourself, give them your put your phone away and give it your whole attention. On the discussion and be sincere interest, this goes beyond simply being alone. It's about developing a significant moment they'll recall, identifying, and flee by responding to these stimuli. In seconds into enduring relationships, avoid letting uncertainty or reluctance hold you back. You take the lead, be self-assured, and observe how rapidly your relationships are developing. You now understand the 6 powerful lessons that have the power to totally change your relationships, and these partnerships are more than just advice. They serve as instruments for fostering greater trust, igniting chemistry and leaving a lasting impression. Observations, however, the reality is that knowledge without starting action is pointless. Putting these skills into practice today, they'll stay on a screen as simply words. So take the initial step, regardless of whether it uses mastering engaging body through playful caressing language or figuring out when someone desires to be by themselves with you. Place these tiny intentional teachings into practice. Massive changes can be brought about by acts. Keep in mind that having confidence isn't about being ideal. It only involves taking charge and seizing chances as Seneca stated, come while we're delaying life's pace by not delaying. Your development begins now, and observe how people start reacting to you. Observe your connections differently, become more profound, powerful, and significant. The ability to change your relationships is within your. If you were moved by this video, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Tell me the lesson you learned in the comments. Struck a chord with you most. And keep in mind, the tiniest deeds frequently result in the largest adjustments of your day.